Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to multiplex between up to 12 7-segment displays using the Arduino Uno. So pin 2 is segment A and all of the other segment A's because they're all connected together, and pin 8 is segment G and all of the other segment G's, no matter how many you have. I've got two control signals to enable or disable each of the 7-segment displays depending on which one we want to have on. I've put those control signals in pins A4 and A5, and all we need to do is just connect all of the A segments together on the displays, all of the B segments together, all of the C, and so on, so that they're carbon copies of each other and all of the same segments are wired together. So I'll start the simulation. Now I've got it here going between 0 and 9 alternating, and we can speed this up so that they look as though they're on all the time together. So yeah, common cathode, and if you're using common cathode, then to turn the display off you provide 5 volts to the control pin. So here's the code. So I've got variables for each of the segments. I've got int seg A equals 2 because segment A and all of the other segment A's are connected to pin 2 of the Arduino, down to int seg G equals 8. And when I do pin mode and set them as outputs, that will assign those variables to those pins so we can do digital writes. And for every 7-segment display you need a control pin so that it can turn it on or off. So I've got int display 1 equals A4 or pin 18, which is the left hand display, and int display 2 equals A5, which is also known as pin 19, and that's the right hand display. I've added a delay so that I can demonstrate things slowly and then speed it up, because ultimately we want the displays flashing so fast that we can't even tell that one of them is off when the other one is on. So I've got int del time equals 500, and that'll be interpreted as milliseconds, but we can change that. So void setup, then a Mario mustache, and this is where I'm doing my pin mode. All of the pins on this circuit are outputs, and don't forget to do pin mode for the control pins as well. And in the void setup, rather than doing it in the main loop, I'm going to initialize all of the outputs of the 7-segment displays to be turned off. It's good practice to do so. I'm going to use a for loop. So I've got for open bracket int j equals 2 semicolon up to j is less than or equal to 8. So this concerns pins 2 to 8, and then j++. So whatever we do after this for, and after the sort of mustache curly bracket, it's going to do it and put 2 in, then 3 in, then 4 in, and it's going to do the same thing. So it's a really quick way to do multiple digital writes as an initialization. So this is going to turn all of the pins low, and then we're going to go into the main loop. So to start with, I want both of my control signals, which are the common pins on the 7-segment displays, I want them both high, which basically turns both of the displays off because they are common cathode, and we're giving them basically an anode voltage, if you like. Now we're going to turn the alternating segments on. So I'm going to start with the left one. So digital write display 1 low enables the left display because it's expecting 0 volts on the common pins, and that's what we're giving it. Then turn some segments on. So I've just done segments A, B and C. Then wait a little bit and then turn them off again. Now you can do this in different orders with the enable and disable, but the next thing I do is to turn on the right display even though all the segments are now off, and then turn off the left one. You can change the order of them if you want to. So now the right display is on, and I'm going to light up segments D, E and F instead, and then delay, then turn them off. And it's worth noting that the same signals they're wired to every single 7-segment display at the same time. It's just only one of them is allowed to display them. So quick summary: declare our variables and a small delay which we can change, then do our pin modes, then set all segments low once at the void setup stage, then turn off both displays, just as good practice at the start, then enable the left display, turn on some segments, turn them off again, enable the right display and turn off the left display, and turn on some different segments and turn them off again. It's really simple. So let's simulate this. We should see segments A, B, C light and then D, E, F. So that's working correctly. And what we can do is speed it up, change the delay so that it's so fast you can't even see them swapping over. It looks like they're all on all the time. So let's change del time from half a second to 1 millisecond. There we are, it looks as though they're both on all the time. So this is the display working when I've got a delay of 0.1 seconds, as in 100 milliseconds. It looks worse when you record it because of the refresh of your camera. But what I'm going to do now is change it to 1 millisecond just to show you what it looks like. So instead of 100, I'll make it 1 milli, then upload. There we go. Dog's happy. So in the next part of this video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to make the code shorter and more powerful. So we're going to use arrays and for loops, and really it's up to you to decide what you'd like to be displayed and have some fun with this. So thanks for watching and get it made.